Kurt Cobain, you lived as a professional musician. You died as an amateur painter.
What's up, everybody? Celtic Kicker here, back with our reaction. Get those 10s and 20 views. I says on the main channel video, I got food poisoning last week. That's why there was no video. Sorry about that. But today we are reacting to the one, the only, Mr. Brendan Herrera himself. This video came out literally a week ago, so hits that 1 week grace period that I like to give myself, and also it has 1.6 million views, and is testing the Kurt Cobain shotgun theory. Now, do I think Kurt Cobain did to himself? 99% yes. Do I think Courtney Love may have driven him off the deep end, plus level of success and probably unhappy thought tendencies that he may have had? All might be yes. But Brendan Herrera likes doing these very questionable videos. Let's see how questionable we get on this one. It's to the point where I can't even go full screen because it says the following content may contain Alt F4 from God's server and self-harm.
On April 5th.
And there's Brendan. There you go. Now we can get Brendan full screen. No, not auto. All the way up in his beautiful tan self. I need to see the sun more. But yeah, so he apparently has the shotgun. The hard thing with that is the whole thing with the shotgun thing. It is barrel length to hit that thing, and they're saying he used his foot, which is just hard to do. But okay, Brendan Herrera knows way more about guns than I do. He knows probably a lot more than I do, to be honest. Man did try to run for political office. Alright, let's just get to it. Brendan, what do you have to say? On April 5th, I think it was the first one.
On April 5th, 1994, Kurt Cobain, lead singer of Nirvana, was found dead in his home. Had a gunshot wound to the head, and he was holding a 20-gauge shotgun. Specifically this 20-gauge Remington Model 11.
Not that exact shotgun. That type.
Just by a friend. The coroner report indicated that it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound, which has led to wild speculation ever since. We're going to be getting into a lot of those theories, some of the technical details, a lot of stuff about the gun, and, well, if you're a Courtney Love fan, I would leave now.
The only good thing that Courtney Love did, in my opinion, besides having a kid, I think she has a kid, she was the lead singer on this. Great video game.
Now that Courtney Love is gone, let's get into the video.
Like, I know Dave Grohl blamed Courtney Love like for so long for Kurt's unaliving.
Oh, and regardless of whether or not you think Kurt Cobain actually did it himself, it kind of goes without saying that we're going to cover some pretty heavy topics in this video, including suicide. So if you're sensitive to stuff like that, I would click off this video. Well, yeah.
This is not like... Also, I'm pretty sure Brandon's not going to do this. This isn't poking fun of the deceased and Kurt Cobain. This is just looking at things from a scientific, like, point of view. And are there going to be dark jokes? Yes, but they're not at Kurt Cobain's expense himself. Just kind of the whole things that kind of revolve around it.
Also, pretty dark sense of humor about a couple things. So
that's what I'm saying. Not really making jokes on the sewer. I think they call them sewer slides. But
if you're easily offended by stuff like that, this is your final exit ramp. And if you think this is too soon...
Kurt passed away in 94, I want to say. and so like whenever the first Foo Fighters album came out, he was gone by that point.
A, this literally happened before I was born. B, tell that to Metallica, who ripped this line 2 months after he died.
What color was Kurt Cobain's eyes? Blue. One blew this way, one blew that way.
Oh, it was right on the year, 94. And oof. Yeah, for the people who want to, like, just no one use their music, they have no issue poking fun. But again, I think they had an issue with Kurt. They didn't like Kurt Cobain.
If anything was too soon, that was it. This is the Remington Model 11 20-gauge shotgun. Not an uncommon hunting shotgun, but for those unfamiliar with its game, it's kind of got a weird operating system. But before we get into that, this is the exact gun that was used, that was found at least, next to Kurt Cobain. We've got the actual pictures of the shotgun from the evidence lockup in Seattle. It was this shotgun specifically with the cuts compensator at the end. Really kind of funky looking compensator, pretty long on the end of the barrel too. It's got these cuts in the top and the bottom that help try to keep recoil under control.
How about to ask, what is that for? Like, is it? I thought it was like maybe a heat coming off rounds, kind of like a 50 cal muzzle flash stuff.
Also adds to the overall length of the gun, which will be relevant later.
That's the gun Courtney Love used.
Eli's old enough to remember it, probably.
We'll get there.
Satire. In all honesty, I think Eli might be roughly the same height as Kurt Cobain. I want to say they listed hold on, doing some quick googling. Eli, double tap. Not age, because I know he's not that much older than me. That was last name was Cuevas. I already knew that one. Finally consider him a actor and visualist. Yeah, he has done some shit. Come on, I just want his goddamn height. Not listed. Okay, whatever. I think him and Kurt are roughly the same height, so that could be a thing to use him.
I mean, no. I mean, that's untrue. The gang gets sued.
Hey, that's the gun Courtney Love used. Allegedly. Allegedly.
That allegedly is doing some heavy lifting right now. Also, say hi to Eli.
Also, host of this new podcast, Say Hi to Eli, which I haven't checked out, but it's definitely because of the unscribed podcast intro. That's like, say hi to Eli. It's always the first line of it.
It's one of the things I like to bring up on the Model 11 that is just kind of funky, right? That not a lot of guns have is, the Barrett, like how the short recoil operating system, the barrel just kind of reciprocates a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just unlocks the bolt, essentially. This has something that's kind of similar to that, but you see the barrel does reciprocate with the bolt.
That's wild. I've never actually seen that before.
Here's the crazy part. It's not just to unlock it, it will literally follow it all the way back.
Oh, so it's...
Eli's legit shocked. He's like, what the fuck? I'm gonna curse in this one. This type of video, it's gonna get cursed.
Not a short stroke system. It literally
is long recoil. So the barrel will go all the way back, or can at least, until the bolt picks up a new round, and then you keep firing.
Question.
Yeah.
Was his hands holding it after?
So it's funny you bring that up. It has been claimed that he was found with his got a hand wrapped around the barrel, which is an interesting choice, or just an interesting factoid, I guess, when a now limp hand would have had a barrel doing that through it.
And that is,
Yeah, that's something that's really interesting because you figure, bang, body goes limp. He wouldn't be able to. I'm making so many odd gestures and realize the hand goes limp. It should fall out of his hand because of the stroking mechanism. God, innuendos.
rack it just really quick, like, slam it down really quick. Like, for reference, that, like, hold on the top. Feel how weird that is. Like,
Oh yeah,
and that's a human doing it, not an
not a
explosive.
fire. Yeah,
Yes.
I have a theory. Exhibit A.
All the innuendos use a sock.
That kicked that up pretty high. I'm just saying.
It demonstrates the violence that it's moving, you know?
Yeah.
That's,
Well, when I first watched him shoot, I didn't think the recoil was that bad. Now we know why.
just interesting, I guess. So if you're choosing a gun to hypothetically frame a suicide, maybe don't choose long recoil.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. You know, it's something that's interesting I didn't know until
I was hoping Eli did the snap off glasses off.
earlier today. Apparently he had already talked to his attorney to file for a divorce right before he killed himself, which would have left her with very little.
Huh.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah. But now she's set for life with millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's one of those things I know Dave Grohl brought up. Like, he was leaving her. Dave knew, like, he was leaving Courtney. And, yeah.
Thanks to his suicide.
Hey, Brandon,
What's up?
what has more brains than Kurt Cobain?
Oh, God.
Oh, God, Eli.
What?
The wall behind him.
We can't use that.
Hey, Brandon.
You know what sucks about this? I'm obviously not watching the Pepperbox version of this because that's just a dick move to do. Like, oh, we put this part behind the paywall and I'm the one who brings it out. No. Two, if that's what the joke that Eli made that Brennan kept, what joke did Eli make that he didn't keep? If so, go over to Pepperbox and sign up, subscribe. It's $10 a month. They do a really cool thing where they email you saying, hey, you're about to get hit with another $10 renewal fee. And tell them I sent you. If you sign up because of like me suggesting it, let them know. Granted, I'm small. I'm a nobody, so that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Why doesn't Kurt Cobain drive?
Why?
Because he likes to ride shotgun.
Jesus. Are you fucking Googling these?
Valid question.
Good, he's getting a head start. So here we have our ballistic dummy that we're going to be using to replicate the exact shot. Before we do that, we've already talked about the gun. Now it's time to talk about the ammunition, because that does play a pretty big role here. Because of the very detailed crime scene photos that were released to the public, we have a very high resolution picture of
12 gauge, 3/4. I can't read that. I can read upside down, but just dyslexia. It's like NIC. Looks to be an HE.
the ammunition box itself, as well as the receipt. So we know the exact brand, load, everything about the ammunition that was used. Funny enough, that exact same load is still made to this day. The box looks a little bit different, but it is the exact same load, 20 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 8 shot, whole 9 yards. So what we've been shooting today is about as close as it gets as far
This might be like one of the first times that Brennan's like almost dead on with everything.
as, you know, accuracy to the event. What I'm perplexed by, though, is that the ammunition of choice is a target load.
Kurt Cobain, you lived as a professional musician. You died as an amateur painter.
Okay, Brendan, heart to heart. You brought the war veteran, the military veteran that actually saw combat. That probably grew up listening to Nirvana to this. Bold choice. And 3.
Anyway, target loads are made for things like, target shooting,
I'm actually proud of Eli. They didn't take the load joke.
skeet shooting.
Again, Eli. No, wait. I don't know how to turn that into an inappropriate joke. Do that in the comment section. Eli load joke in the comment section.
Shooting, whatever. They don't really have a lot of power. I mean, 20 gauge already, you're losing a lot of power from, say, 12 gauge. A 20 gauge target load.
It struggles breaking clay pigeons.
This is a completely survivable round to shoot someone with. Obviously, in this instance, it did what it was meant to do.
Well, yeah, it was like, I want to say that he put it inside his mouth and pulled.
Well, Courtney Love didn't know that.
Another fun fact about Courtney Love is she's still alive and very litigious.
Ah.
This is a demonstration of the 20 gauge target load.
Oh, that's a great frame to freeze it on. Yeah, we see more destructiveness in most pistols that he shoots.
You know what that smells like, Eli?
Oh God! Oh, really? You're gonna smell like Teen Spirit? It is a White Claw, so yeah, it smells like white chicks.
Say it.
Teen Spirit. Now let's try the 20 gauge slug. Still wild you could load it from the barrel. That's so cool. Guns are neat. All right. Down, down, down.
Down, down, down.
Damn.
How was the recoil on that one first?
You could definitely feel it more, but it really wasn't too bad. That long recoil here, really just like most of the recoil that you're feeling is the reciprocation of the barrel and the bolt.
It's still such an interesting design as a compensator, and then it has that long stroke system.
Yeah, so
God, Eli looks extra short. I want to say Brandon's only 6 foot. I had Eli at like 5'8".
long stroke is a gas system. This is a long recoil.
Long recoil system, which also then mitigates it.
So I'm gonna put this, just showing clear. Put this back on. The reason you wouldn't have this on for shooting, say, a slug is because this is technically a choke, which can, it constricts the shot, which may not clear with the slug. So you want to be careful with that.
That is super soft. That is weird, actually. The spring feel.
It feels funky, doesn't it?
Yeah, at the end, it's like a spring hits you.
Eli would know. Military. He actually saw combat. I think he has technically 2 Purple Hearts. I know he says 1. He gave it to Brendan, which started the whole double salute to Brendan.
Wow.
Go watch that episode of Unsubscribe. It's the Veterans Day 1. It's like Eli, Crispy, somebody else, and Brendan.
It feels springy. That's the only way I can describe that recoil. Huh.
I couldn't think of a better word. While Eli's prepping the slow-mo camera, there is one more thing I wanted to bring up as far as the weapon of choice. When you're talking about some of the conspiracy theories around Kurt Cobain's death, something that a lot of people bring up is how long of a weapon this is and how hard it would be to turn it back on yourself and pull the trigger. That and the fact that he said he didn't have a gun.
Man Who Sold the World isn't a Nirvana original, but they do. That's a great cover. Go watch that. MTV Unplugged Nirvana is great.
That was a fucking lie. But, and I'm going to go ahead and Delance, show clear. 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 Eli, clear.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to leave this bolt back, safety on. I'm not going to point the shotgun at myself, but I am going to put it, like you can see, camera, it's going to the left of me, so the only thing it would do is blow out my eardrums at the moment. But if you turn this way, you can see it is quite possible for me to get that angle while still easily able to pull the trigger. I could
That not really easily because you're.
Get that with my knuckle. I can get that with multiple different fingers. So like it's not impossible. Is it awkward as fuck?
I thought you had it the other way, where the trigger would be on the outside.
Yes. Would this be what I assume one's first choice would be? No. But it is possible. You don't have to do any of that crazy, like, use your big toe bullshit. It's also apparently really hard to do when you're strung out on heroin. Dead serious. I think they said they found like a near lethal dose of heroin in the system at the time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. A near lethal dose. Either a sign of his incredible tolerance, which, I mean, fair, or a
Yeah.
sign that maybe, you know, something that would make someone docile while you're staging a party, a retirement party. Hey,
Oh God. Is it like every time they go on the walk, Eli's just gonna make more dark jokes?
you know, there's a guy called El Deuce who actually claimed that Courtney Love offered him $50,000 to kill her husband.
What?
Yeah, for whatever reason, nobody really talks about that. Oh, and then several days after he admitted to that in an interview, he was found dead on railroad tracks, decapitated.
Eli's like generally surprised. Hopefully this is his first take. Brian's mic is cutting out, but I did not know about that one.
Yeah, nobody talks about that one for some reason. Man, it's not till you really get out here on stuff like this that you realize.
I wonder where they're at. 'Cause I know Desperado Ranch, Matt Carricker's Down with the Ranches. I know he said he was selling that, so they probably had to go somewhere new.
Is how morbid this all feels. But this is a video you guys have been asking for a long time. I know we've teased it for a while. I've had the shotgun for a while. Did a lot of research on the topic over the last couple days, and you know, you start to learn how dark the entire.
I'm just saying, just look how far away. Granted, it would have another foot up, but that's easily around. No, it's around your thigh. I can get to. If I'm going straight, I can get to my knee. So as long as it's not past your knee, yeah, I definitely think you can do it. And that's how I thought the gun would
Situation was, but this just feels. Ugh. But for the sake of science, and for the income of Ballistic Dummy Labs, I really do want to see how that long recoil looks in high speed, though. I think that's going to be kind of cool. But we've got our shot.
Did Eli go out and actually buy a camera? Because I know they had high-speed ballistic out there a few times, and Eli's tism is cameras. Oh, normally he's usually reenacted the historical unaliving by now, so this is crazy.
Shotgun shocked up here. Got our ballistic dummy here. Got slow-mo camera up there. Gonna take a string, pull the trigger, and
Enter Nirvana.
The Lance with the good one-liner.
start the Foo Fighters. Set.
Oh, no. Foo Fighters started before that. Foo Fighters was recording that album. Dave Grohl has basically said that first Foo Fighter album was stuff that he wrote for Nirvana and pitched to Kurt Cobain, but Kurt Cobain's like, once this is last little bit's done, I'm done with music. Or I'm done with mainstream music. He wanted to get out of his deal. Dave wanted to keep going with that Nirvana sound. So, no, he was writing he wrote, and I think was starting to record the Foo Fighters album prior to Kurt Cobain's death.
An undisclosed person up for life in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it.
What'd you say, Eli?
Said bro OD'd on Teen Spirit.
God damn. God, that's brutal.
Gnarly,
Oh, it's leaking out the back.
dude. Holy, like
And
that's
it's slowly falling off.
visceral.
That just makes you feel like a bad person.
And there goes the head.
You can see the pellets from that target load. Like they're just all in here.
I'm shocked that they stopped at that spot. Like, did that much damage.
That's gnarly. Yeah, I will say, target load, not the ideal home defense load by any stretch of the imagination, but if you'd like to stretch what holds your imagination, that will certainly do the job.
Oh, Eli looks giddy, and Brendan's about to say, "Oh shit!"
Holy shit.
Called it. So Eli's like way too giddy about this. Oh god, damn!
Oh, dude, it just like caught
I was trying to say didn't go with Man in the Box yet.
it.
Yeah, like the condom didn't even break. You just got the like, it caught everything. Did you see how the skull
Yeah, it expanded.
fractured? Yeah.
So it didn't
It almost looks like the force of the round did more damage than the actual pellets. To be all
even
honest.
exit.
It wasn't so the round didn't penetrate.
Yeah.
It was the skull coming back that cut everything.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, no, you're right. The shot leaving, it's just the skin or whatever, the gel stretching to where it tears and then the skull fragments ripping through.
Dude.
That's gnarly. Well, there's the wad. Something about that just looks wrong.
The Man in the Box with Alice in Chains. What the fuck is I joking about?
This is obviously kind of some darker subject matter for sure, but you know, I know we've made a lot of jokes and whatnot throughout the episode about an undisclosed person who. But facing facts, there is a very real scenario that Kurt Cobain did make the decision to take his own life, and that's
Probably they said he was high as all hell. So, and I knew he was. They definitely said that he was like had suicidal tendency, like suicidal thoughts. Like even like someone like Dave Grohl, who doesn't believe that he unalived himself.
it's a
said
pretty
that.
serious thing.
It is. Suicide is it's a hard subject. Depression. If you are suffering from depression, if you're having a bad day, your friends are there for you, or there is a hotline. But more importantly,
Well,
it doesn't make you weak. There's not a problem with going through those problems. Get help. It makes you a man to do. It makes you a person to.
Yeah, get help. I was gonna say, do something like this. Even if you do the crap V2 version I have when I do video games, if just getting out there, doing something, and interacting with more people, making that subtle like, oh shit, me doing this made somebody laugh, does help your mental state. I will say that. Unless you get those dicks on the internet who just want to destroy people, then go fuck themselves. But no. There's the hotline number. It's 988. They always have somebody there to talk to.
Reach out and ask for help, as is A-okay. And do that. Please do that, because you are important and you do matter.
That's what friends are for. Don't feel ashamed to reach out if you need help, and don't be afraid to reach out to your friends if you think they need help. And if you think that nobody's there for you, I promise they.
Oh no, the real story. I'm not this. You ever got to this stage, but like when my dad got diagnosed, I was like, I was in a state, and I was just like, I'm going to a drug. Like, I was texting my one friend, Anna. She ended up like texting our mutual friend Sam, who's down here. She's in Massachusetts with my best friend, the artist who does all the stuff in the background. And it's like, hey, reach out to him, go do something with him, get his mind off stuff. Like, I'm not there. We're not there to help. You are. And he's like, didn't even question it.
Are. B, you can always call this number. The other last resort is, well, we don't want to see that happen.
It is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
So anyway, that being said, that's how Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain. We appreciate you guys staying to the end of the episode, and I will see you, sexy YouTube mother lovers, in the next one. Eli, where can they find you?
Say hi to Eli, and now say bye to Eli.
Bye, guys.
It's my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
This is a demonstration of the target load. That was a demonstration of
A dry fire.
not loading a gun. There you go.
I've seen that clip on The Boys with your narrator. But in all honesty, Kurt Cobain, most likely, 99%, took his own life. It sucks because he did have a family. I want to say he had a daughter. There was the fans that loved him. Even if he like just did what he said he wanted to do, which was just stop making music and go live in the woods. And did crappy songs and just slowly release them to the public like the Gorillas. I think everything would probably have been way better. Yeah, taking yourself out of the equation should never be the option. You should outlive your enemies, Stay around to piss them off, if anything. Just be like, oh, you're a bad person. I'm still here, asshole. What are you going to do about it? But no, like I said, there's a million ways to help any type of mental problems you have. Go to a gym. Sound mind equals a sound mind with a sound body equals a sound soul. From a great anime called Soul Eater. Start a crap YouTube channel where you just do reactions to stuff that makes you laugh and crack jokes and see if anybody else thinks the same way you do. Do bad videos like what anime you wish would get dubbed. If I haven't done that video, I'm doing that video. But that's it. That really is all I have. Like I said, I'm coming back with games soon. I think some games I'm just going to not stream and record. One of those being this one right here. Fully on the PS2. I'm going to try to see how the PS2 handles streaming. I'm also going to pick up Spore on Steam. That could be a fun one. But that's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.